All right, Kelly, what's your question?
Yeah. So what's your plan with your wealth after you pass, specifically with your kids? Trust fund, charity, what's your plan? Hey, thanks for the call, Adam.
All right. I have no idea.
Are you going to join that Zuckerberg Gates thing where you just give all your money to them?
I would prefer not to give a bunch of money to my kids, not because I don't love them, but because I do love them and they have to. First off, if you really just sort of break down, like, what is a car, wealth, house, money, whatever? Like, once you sort of land in it, you just did it. Like, that's just your life. A house, a car, whatever. It's not going to sustain whatever sense of happiness you think you're going to get. But really, what people need is a sense of satisfaction. The notion of almost anything I do is all good comes from satisfaction. None from the. So it's not the act. You see, happiness. If you get on a roller coaster and someone else built the roller coaster and then you sat in the roller coaster, you'll get a sort of momentary buzz from jumping on the roller coaster. The satisfaction from buying one of these expensive cars, taking it to the track and running it, all comes from the fact that I worked hard, bought the car, bought a trailer, bought a truck, dragged it to the track, paid for it, and now I'm executing. Here we are. I'm positive that if someone else paid for the car, paid for the trailer, paid for the race admission, and brought the car there, and I just drove it, I would get the exhilaration from driving the car, but I'd get none of the satisfaction that went along with that dance that we just described. So if you would like to punish somebody, then rob them of that opportunity by paying for the car, paying for the trailer, paying for everything, and dragging it down there. People have this mistaken thought, which is, I'd like to be happy. I'd like to be satisfied. You pay for my car and you drag it over to this racetrack for me. And the answer to that is you can't be satisfied if I do that for you. Right. You have to do it for yourself. You think the act of doing that, driving in a circle, makes you happy? It's the entire experience. And that's where we're horribly misguided as a society. Mm-hmm. This notion of my mom got money kicked down to her from the state to live, welfare, and then she got a free house to live in, her grandma, in North Hollywood. So she had a free house and $528 a month to spend and some food stamps. She was never happy, and people can say, and never satisfied, and people can say, yeah, well, it was a crap house, and how are you supposed to get by on $533 a month and food stamps? You can't even buy booze with food stamps. Okay, so I'm going to use your logic and say, let's give her a nicer house. Let's give her $1,533 a month or whatever that is, and let's give her magical food stamps where she can buy nothing but fudge, cat food, and Jägermeister. Do you think then she would have been happy and or satisfied? Mm-hmm. And she would have been happy the day she found out about it, and then eventually gone into why that wasn't working for her. And then we could have said, you know what? Let's up it. Let's get you to $2,000 a month. We'll get you to 4 bedrooms instead of 3 bedrooms, and we'll get you a 2-car garage and food stamps where they bring the food to your house. How about that? And she would have been happy with that momentarily and then gone right back to dissatisfied because she would never be responsible for earning it. And then we have more ill-conceived and insane discussions about how to make her happy. And most people raise their hand and go, why don't you just go to $2,500, a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and a 3-car garage? I don't know why adults think that way. I don't know why they're allowed to think that way. I don't know why they're allowed to think that way and make policy. It's insane. Yeah. These people will always be at the bottom. Now, you have to understand, because it's either minimum wage or it's welfare, no matter how much you gave my mom, she would know I'm at the bottom of the food chain, the bottom rung of society's ladder. This is the least amount in this time the government will give you, or the man will pay you, or the man will mandate that Taco Bell give you, or McDonald's give you. It's called minimum wage. Like it's or welfare. It's just at the bottom. Right. So even if it's a ton, psychologically, you get to know that everyone around you has more than you. and that you're not responsible. And then whatever the stigma is for receiving minimum wage as an adult or welfare as an adult, you'll get to wrestle with that. Never be satisfied, and thus never truly happy, just momentarily happy when you cracked the bottle of Jägermeister or found out some politician granted you another raise.
I don't know if this has ever come up before. I don't remember it, but this is sort of the ultimate ironic rich man, poor man. Is it your trust fund kids that you're ruining them by not allowing them to work, or is it welfare? And it's all the same idea. It doesn't matter which side of the spectrum you're on.
Poison either way.
I am building Natalia a big platform for her bed that's like 2 foot off the ground, and it has stairs and has a landing, and she gets to put her egg chair on the landing and blah, blah, blah. And like
a deck.
I had her with me. We're at Home Depot. I'm building it in the garage. She's with me. Like in the feeling that she gets while this thing is being constructed and being involved. We're at Home Depot.
There's a bit of ownership there for her.
We're at Home Depot last night. We're in the garage this morning. Everyone wants the thing where I 2 weeks from now, I knock on Natalia's door, put this blindfold on, walk over here. I'm guiding her through the hall so she doesn't bump her head. And at a certain point, we pull off the blindfold, and there is her platform with her riser and her egg chair and her bed, and Philly cheesesteak has a bow on him, and he's laying there. That would get a moment of, oh my God, this is awesome. The rest of it would just be, baby, you weren't involved. Mm-hmm. Zero learning, zero satisfaction, zero sense of anything. And when all the friends came over to see it, it'd be my dad paid a guy to build it, and then I showed up, and then I had a blindfold. Cool, right? It's like, it's a cool story, but much better story if you were involved with the build.
Yeah.